Hi, and welcome to what will be your legacy. Launch now into living a life you love. Do you think about your legacy? I hope you do. That is a picture of me at an event, leading ladies into having some fun. And that's part of my legacy. I'm glad about it. Welcome again. India Ari has this song, A Beautiful Day. And I learned about it from Robin Roberts, who was battling breast cancer and pre leukemia 2007 and 2012. The song came out in 2009. So I don't actually remember when I heard the song, but ever since then, India Ari's A Beautiful Day also has been my theme song daily. I use it when I am making up my bed and putting on my clothes to get ready to go out for a walk in the morning. We're going to hear India, but I want you to hear me because I be singing along with that song every morning. Life is a journey, not a destination. There are no mistakes, just chances we've taken. Lay down your regrets, 'cause all we have is now. Boom, 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 boom. Wake up in the morning and get out of bed. Start making a mental list in my head of all of the things that I am grateful for. All right, y'all, let's hear India so you can get into it too. And maybe that'll be part of your theme song on a daily basis. All right, so we got three things that we are doing in this first part of what will be your legacy. We're going to assess your current status in seven key life areas. We're going to align your life with the legacy you want and are designed to leave. And we're going to articulate and present your legacy. So, again, I am Sean Nicole Simmons, Sean N. Simmons out there in the world. There's a lot of Sean Simmonses, but Sean Nicole here. And as you can see in my pictures, I'm up there speaking. I love to public speak. I activate as a speaker. So I want you to be fully activated in what you're called to be, do, have, and give. That's me in Cameroon with the Seattle Limbe Sister City Association. I was a delegate, and we were blessed to teach reproductive health to school age girls. And you can see they have kits, which are reproductive kits that are reusable so that when they're on their cycle, they don't have to miss school. Beautiful time. Look forward to getting back over there one day too. I was a professional model and talent for 15 years. I am the creator of lots of things, and one of the things I am loving is my I Am Affirming You product line, which right now has a card deck, a journal with 70 prompts, and note cards. And I am believing that part of my legacy will be that those are going to be bought in bulk and help transform the lives of, in particular, women and girls. So let's get into legacy. We have two sessions. So, right now, first session, we're going to explore legacy. Part one, we're going to think about what is legacy. Part two, what is your legacy now? And part three, how are you crafting your legacy? And then we come back for session two, where we get to express legacy. And that is the big fun. You're going to present your legacy. Show up, show out, shine. It's legacy making time. Okay, so what do you think of when you hear the word legacy? By definition, legacy is a noun, anything handed down from the past as from an ancestor or a predecessor, an inheritance. Do you actually think about your legacy? Well, if you haven't been, I'm glad you're here and glad this is stimulating you to start thinking about it. So I think often about some of the families that are in these particular areas of life and the legacy that they have left. So, we're going to talk about for a short bit the people and types of legacy from these various categories: professional, sports, school, political, family, philanthropic. And what else can you think of? People and families that you think of right now. What about their impact? Now, some things and people have left a positive impact with their legacy and some negative. Where has their influence been? Has it been local, regional, national, international? I want you also to be thinking about how vast your legacy is going to be. So let's pause for a moment and start naming some people and families with their legacy. You know, we have a legacy right now, if you really stop and think about it. Wherever you've been, from jobs to schools to countries, what have you, you've left behind an imprint in the minds of people. So, what is your legacy now? What is your aroma? How do you smell to other people and out here in the earth? What kind of fruits are you producing? Because that scripture says that you will know a tree by its fruit. So let's keep going and think about that a little bit, all right? So, question: if people were giving you your flowers right now, what recurring theme would you hear? One of my life pillars is celebrate while you're living. I no longer believe in waiting until someone dies and have people gather when they're no longer here to hear what you have to say about them. So let's start thinking about right now what kind of impact we're having. What are people saying about you right now if they were giving you your flowers? So let's stop and think about that for just a moment. How was that? Do you even think about that usually? I'm glad we took a moment to think about what is it that we are leaving right now as we live. So you might think of an eulogy as being morbid. And once again, I like to think of us doing this type of work while people are living. That's why I believe in celebrating while we're living, having gatherings so that you can tell people what they mean to you right now while they're living. And a eulogy, we usually hear them when people have died and we have life celebration services and you hear somebody talk about that particular person. And, I've read some articles online of people who didn't do this ahead of time and their family hijacked and, ooh, wee, did not say great things about them. And who knows what was true. But if at least you are proactive and have your house in order, and I have a whole session on that in my course, uh, Five Life Pillars to lift you up while celebrating life loss, it's really good. And you think about these things. What is it that you want to leave behind? So the eulogy is a speech or writing in praise of a person or thing, especially a set oration in honor of a deceased person, high praise or commendation. So you get to brag on you. You get to write about what you have done and what you're going to do that you're going to leave behind here in the earth. So just think about now, what kind of impact are you having? Are you having a positive or negative impact? So where do you want your influence to be? Just local? Do you want it regional? Do you want it national? Do you want it international? I'm going to be leaving an international legacy. This reminds me of what my mom told me of one of her classmates called her because one of their classmates died. And in the obituary, they had written, who knows who, I don't know if it was the deceased or her family, that this deceased person was a valedictorian of their class. And the friend that called my mom, they laughed because my mom was the valedictorian of her class. And I don't know if the friend who called my mom ended up telling the deceased family that she wasn't the valedictorian or not, or what happened. But that's what I'm saying. You take control of the narrative and tell the truth so that you can leave an accurate legacy in your eulogy. Okay, part three. How are you crafting your legacy? How do you want to be remembered? The only person that we have control of is ourself. So we make decisions and choices all the time. And we're going to be thinking about how you are crafting your legacy. Here's another question for you. Are you in alignment and agreement with your purpose and life assignment? You don't want to get distracted by looking at other people's life and comparing what you've been assigned to do, be, have, and give versus them. It's not that. You have one person to please, and you must make sure that you are staying focused. I do this to myself to remind me, like the um, horses get the blinders put on them so that they only have sight of their lane. And I do this to myself, Sean, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, stay in your lane, because I'm one who likes to experience and try and take risks. But at this season, I am so focused and locked in on staying in my lane so that I complete the assignment here in the earth for me. And I encourage you to do so as well. Get in alignment, get in agreement, and focus upon the purpose for the season that you're in right now. I created what I call the Wheel of Focus, 7 key areas in which to thrive. Because life is just not about one area. There are 7 key ones that I want you to think about. And in these areas, where are you leaving your legacy? Some might be more focused in your life than others, but we want to be well rounded and have a rich, full, and free life while we're here to the best of our ability. And of course, being the alliteration person that I am, it ended up being 7 F's: faith, family, finances, fitness, fulfillment, fun, and future. And as I was making another video right now, I'm focused on the professional, the future for my legacy as well with what I'm crafting right now. So, in addition to the wheel of focus, I also use life quarter quadrants to think about my life as well. Okay. So, life quarter quadrants is just like what it sounds, quarters. Being a former basketball player, there were 4 quarters in the game. When we went in at halftime, the coach would assess, tell us what was going well, what we needed to improve, so that at the end of the game, hopefully we had more points on the board than the other team. And if we were tied, of course, at the end of 4 quarters, we would go into overtime. So these life quarter quadrants, I have them correlated with our age. And also, like in basketball, the fourth quarter, if I get to go into overtime, I'm going to be so excited because I've declared that I'm going to be the first one to reach 100 in my branch of the family and live to 105 in sound mind and a healthy body and lifestyle. So as you think about your legacy, you can look back. So I'm looking back in several key areas of my life from first quarter, second quarter. I'm now in the early third quarter, and I'm thinking about what I will actually have accomplished as well in the fourth quarter. And so I want you to think about that as well. You can also think about your life in decades, what you've already accomplished and what you will accomplish going forward. So use your wheel of focus with the 7 key life areas and your life quarter quadrants to start crafting your legacy. Because when we get to show up, show out, and shine with our legacy making time, we're going to be talking about what we did and what we will do. And I'll teach you how to do that when we come back together. So, in the meantime, make time to think about your legacy. This is Sean reminding you that life is brief. Pursue your purpose, live fully activated, be you, and I'll see you in the next session.